Welcome to Hockey Tap Podcast. I'm your host, Bill Dean. Of course, here with my two co-hosts, Shorts Guy, Steven. Find us on Primetime Radio, courtesy of Mr. Sam Wu. And I am behind the glass, once again screwing things up as normal. Before this, I was
it's
getting
a
everything
day
right,
that ends in
but
Y. It's a day that
went
ends
pretty
in
well.
Y.
You can find us on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Apple, Google Podcasts, Spotify, and iHeartRadio. Please leave us a 5-star review if you'd be ever so kind. Boys, what are we drinking?
Steven, you go, and then I'll go.
All right, I am drinking Uff Double Simcoe Daydream.
Okay.
Double dry hopped Imperial Oat Cream IPA. Hear that, folks? Oat cream.
Oat cream.
I'd prefer lactose.
Made from creamy oats.
Yeah.
Ugh.
F that and F the animal agriculture industry.
All right.
And all dairy farmers everywhere.
Yeah. I want extra lactose in all my beer. I'm drinking 2 beers. I'm finishing up my 60-minute from Game Day Live, and I'm actually drinking a different beer than I normally drink. This was provided to me by my boss. It is Vault Brewing of Hops and Clouds. It's a hazy IPA. It's a Citra, Mohasic, and Simcoe hopped beer. It's only 5.5%, so I think this will be fine. But it's going to be a pretty powerful 40 minutes or so for me, and then I'll drink whatever's not done watching the Devils game, and I'm going to drink this one out of my Mega Man 2 Metal Man glass.
Ooh, that's a great song, also, by the way.
Oh my gosh! Combo.
I can never tell if I love that one more or Dr. Wily, the first stage of Dr. Wily Castle, of which one I like the best.
And then you get to that final stage, and it's just acid droplets and silence.
Just no music at all.
Nothing. Love it. But yeah. So, look at this color. Ooh.
It is very nice. I am drinking courtesy of Miss Alicia DeMarco, out of Edinburgh, Scotland. Stewart Brewing, First World Problems, which I always have. Belgium IPA. So not too bad.
There you go. Nice.
6.2% alcohol by volume.
Nice.
I love foreign beers. I got tons of beers for us to drink, by the way. So
I know we have to have a beer night. We've
been slacking. I don't think I've seen you outside of the hockey arena. Either to you outside the hockey arena in like 2 months. That's like, oh no,
been a while. It's been a while.
It has been.
I don't know. A while.
It hasn't been since we've seen each other since free agency, right?
All in the same place?
No, not all in the same place. I've seen Steven. He just came over to my house, but that was like almost 2 months ago.
Yeah, that's insane.
I have yet another. My son's birthday is actually this weekend, so that's good. Last weekend I had a christening, and then the weekend before that I had a dedication. The weekend before that I had another birthday. Like it's just swarming.
It's the life of a father. It's the life of a father.
Life of a father. Speaking of today, fatherhood, which by the way, going great. This morning, very fun.
Got to preface it because we know it's going downhill.
At 7 a.m., I get a call from my wife. I'm in the city already. Eric ate insect repellent. And
oh God!
She apparently, and by the way, this kid is a monster. He's took a swan dive on Saturday night. Where Beth and I are sitting on our couch, and this is sorry guys, this is a hockey podcast, but these are funny stories. We're sitting on our couch. I'm on the left, Beth's on the right. Eric's in the middle. Sarah's on the other couch, the one face that's next to the window. Mm-hmm. And Sarah's jumping from couch to ottoman to couch, and Eric's just kind of watching TV. All of a sudden, Eric stands up, and I think he's going to get down, and he just swan dives into the carpet, face first into the carpet. And I'm like, oh, like just the mouth agape. For a like it feels like multiple seconds, but it's probably a second. He doesn't make any sound. All of a sudden, gets up, blood running from his lip. He's crying. I'm like, "What did you do?" Like he just literally just dive bombed off the couch onto hard floor, and so that was Saturday. And then this morning, he climbs up. My house, at the top of my stairs, I have the kids' bathrooms right ahead, and then to the left is a closet. And Beth, being the smart woman she is, puts all the bad chemicals on the top shelf.
Mm-hmm.
He climbed up shelves that are probably about a foot to a foot and a half deep each. 3 shelves, grabbed the insect repellent, and it's a foam, and he's put it in his mouth and squirted, and he immediately like climbed down, goes into Beth and starts like crying because it tastes so bad, and like foam's coming out of his mouth. So she had like wiping it out. She calls poison control, and just this kid is gonna kill me. He's fine. Everything's great. No poison. He's went to the doctor. Everything's great. Good great grand. But yeah, he's gonna kill me. I'm gonna have a heart attack because this kid.
And this is why he picked up the nickname Anguirus.
Yeah, he is a beast. I mean, the kid is
pure chaos.
A 2-year-old. He's a 2-year-old 40-pound tank. He weighs more than Sarah does, and he's just like officially weighs more than Sarah does. And she's 2 years older than he is.
He's going to be a bruising, shutdown defense drafted by the Devils.
I can't wait till he's on Black Dynamite and just destroys people. And I'm going to be so proud Papa. All right, let's get to what's on tap for today's episode. Here's our weekly snapshot. Yes, this is a hockey podcast.
Is it?
Yeah, is it? Kind of, I guess, maybe sometimes. Obviously, the title is Jetstream because the Winnipeg Jets, other than playing the Tampa Bay Lightning, which, did you guys see that Tampa Jet game? Did you guys watch any of it?
No.
So there was a pretty horrible, I'm sure he did. There was a pretty horrible call, and of course it was against Winnipeg. And
a horrible call in the NHL?
Yeah.
Horrible call in the NHL. I never would have guessed such a thing.
Yeah, there was a goal that Hagel had scored, the first goal actually, which I don't know if you guys have seen. There's a couple plays this way, but Matei Michkov had a goal like this. Nick Cousins so Michkov had one taken away. Cousins had one awarded to him, and now Hagel's had one awarded, where the guys essentially a puck goes at the goalie has it, and they like two-hand spear into the goalie's pads, push him in. Sometimes the puck comes loose and then knock it in, and they've been challenging these goals.
I don't like that at all.
Yeah, but I guess the rule is something about you can essentially play the puck if it's somewhat loose and you don't interfere with the goaltender, even though when you hit their pad, that's interfering with the goaltender. So I don't understand why they can allow some of these goals to stand. It's crazy. But luckily Winnipeg got over with the win. They are currently 10-0-1. 11 0-1. They are 6-0 away, 5-1 at home. They have plus 29 goal differential, which is the highest in the NHL right now. And they're just an absolute wagon. Same thing. A couple teams kind of had some pretty good last 10 streaks. Both Carolina Hurricanes and Washington Capitals are 8-2. Rangers 7-2-1. You have Minnesota Wild are 7-1-2 in their last 10. And then in the Atlantic, you have Florida Panthers are 8-1-1. So some few teams that are just kind of taking off and leaving other teams in the dirt a little bit. Is there one team that you are more impressed with their start? Say Florida, let's say Rangers, Hurricanes, Capitals, Jets, Wild, and Knights.
I think
who are you most impressed with?
I think the Jets, just because they're doing it without it. I don't want to say without Connor Hellebuck, but Hellebuck has been
not good.
Very, very. No, it's not. He hasn't been bad. He's been just mediocre. I don't even want to say mediocre. He's been fine. We'll say it that way. He's been fine when, if you see them go on a run like this, you're expecting him to steal, out of the 12 games they played, he's stealing 9 of them, right? But it's not. He's doing what he has to do. He's played fine.
233 goals against the 917. Who is it that I was thinking of that's not had a great? Oh, Swayman. He has not been good.
Yeah, well, I mean,
what do you expect when you miss all preseason?
Yeah, good stats for Hellebuck, but he's not the reason. I don't think he's been the reason that they've that they won any of these games per se. Like he hasn't stolen any of them. They're all around, bottom six scoring, solid defense, and a lot of these games he's getting 24 shots tops, sometimes less. I think there's been a couple wins he's had where he's had faced in the teens shots against. So yeah, Winnipeg. I didn't expect him to be this good.
Which is scary if he turns it on and he just starts just completely winning games on his own, despite what the Jets may do otherwise. That's kind of scary if you're an opponent in the West, because if he turns it on, man, and you know what though, if he turns it on towards midseason, and he's definitely the shoe-in for the U.S. goaltender for that. He's Nations Cup. I know he's already.
He'd have to have a whole I get it to not be the starter.
But if he turns it on and he's just lights out going into that, that's even better for the U.S.
Yeah, U.S. Yeah.
I mean
that goaltending situation we can talk about another time. But I mean, I feel like it's pretty interesting at this point because I don't think Demko's going to be.
No,
I don't available.
He's still sitting on my darn IR.
Yeah,
I think you might have. Swayman will probably make it just because of the name recognition right now, but he has not been good. It's
I don't think so either.
Yeah,
but I mean,
you're riding Hellebuyck. You're riding Hellebuyck, so it doesn't. At this point, it doesn't really matter. You got to have somebody who can go in there just in case there's some kind of injury. But Hellebuyck's going to be the guy. But you thought that they'd have some competition with Demko and Hellebuyck, and even what Swayman did last year. But Ottinger's kind of been middling. Swayman hasn't been great. Demko, who even knows? I mean, I told you about, I think, the one podcast where they were saying that his injury is something that can never be fixed, and he just has to deal with it. So I don't know if that's ever going to right itself. So
yeah,
we'll see.
But
at least they got Hellebuyck.
And that third spot, I'm not sure that it's up for grabs. I wouldn't say that, but obviously Ottinger and I think Hellebuyck, obviously number one. But number three, could you see someone like Dustin Wolf beating out Jeremy Swayman?
Probably not. Too little.
Okay. But he's not going to start. He's not going to play. So
yeah, but still, I mean, you have years of great Swayman play, and then just like one bad start to the season, and he might correct himself throughout the rest of this season, and it might be fine. But even if he maintains these stats, it's probably still him, just based on the fact that he's had many years of great goaltending.
Is there a chance that Swayman declines the offer if he's going to be number 3?
No, I don't think anybody would decline it.
Yeah, I don't think you're going to decline that. It's basically the Olympics, right? It's an Olympic
sort of.
It's sort of a made up.
It's the closest thing they've had. It's the first national tournament they've had in.
And I also think it's potentially a showcase for the Olympics.
It totally is.
You can you can kind of state your case if you're.
Do you want to know who's also available for that third spot?
Yeah.
SG?
No.
Yep. Shorts guy's available for that third spot.
All right. So obviously that's been a big topic is team starts. But Shorts guy, is there a team maybe that you think you're a little surprised by their start, how they've gotten to?
No, you know what? Actually, yeah, Calgary. I'm surprised by Calgary's start. Calgary.
I mean, you can't be surprised if you pick them to go to the Cup final.
Yeah, you're right. I did.
Western
Conference final. But I'm actually surprised of the way that they started the season because how they finished last year and how they were last year. They trade Markstrom over the summer to us, and they're going with Wolf and what's his name who beat us the other night.
Yeah,
Bladard. Yeah, I thought that they would be able to right the ship, but I didn't think that they would start as hot as they did. Nor do I think anyone believed that they would start.
They cooled off. They cooled off.
They did.
They did. 4-5-1 their last 10.
They did, but I don't think anyone would have expected them to go on that blitz like they started.
Yeah.
How about them San Jose Sharks and that 3-game winning streak?
Yeah.
Well,
they did lose their last one, but they were on a 3-game winning streak, 3-7.
Yeah.
Devils haven't even won 3.
They get back Celebrini. I think they get back Celebrini tomorrow. Yeah, Tuesday, set to return.
I'll have to watch him. I haven't seen him play yet.
Bruins signed Tyler Johnson for help on offense.
Nashville's probably the biggest disappointment so far this season.
For who they brought in, big time.
Nashville 4-6-1, 4-5-1 their last 10, better than
and Colorado,
where they started. But Yeah, Colorado 5-7, 5-5
both
last
under,
3.
both below Chicago.
They are so injured though. It's pretty tough.
Yeah.
Colorado gonna get back Valerna Shushkin soon. They just got back the winger from Montreal.
Nichushkin's not eligible yet, though.
No, but he was
he
skating
skated today, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, he skated today. He looked very kind of went on the ice very gingerly.
Who's he was I mean he's just kind of rearing back in. Ross Colton's hurt. I just saw that.
Been hurt a couple.
Arturi Lehkonen was the guy I was thinking that just came back.
I think he just came back. Yeah, they sent my boy Ivan back down to the minors.
4 points in 10 games, 2 goals, 2 assists. He's been
pretty good. He played top minutes. I think he did pretty well.
They had no one else to play top minutes. It's crazy.
Yeah, he's playing top power play, 18 minutes a game.
That's what the Devils had last year. Same situation. They had players playing top minutes that shouldn't have been.
Have you seen their stats, the stats page for them?
Colorado.
So,
no, I have not.
So it's very funny. Cale Makar, 21 points. By the way, he is also -8, but 21 points in 12 games is bonkers. Nathan McKinnon, -6. He's got 20 points in 12 games. Mikko Rantanen, 15 points in 12 games. And then Casey Middlestat, 14 points in 12 games. Do you know who the next closest guy after those 4 is?
Not a clue.
Samuel Girard, 12 games, 5 points. So they're essentially getting, all their 2 top centers, their best winger, their best defenseman are entirely leading their team. Kiviranta has 4 goals. Ivan had 4 points before getting sent down.
Ross Colton was has good.
He was
stats.
doing really well.
Oh, Colton's. He was
doing well until he broke his foot.
So Colton has 8 goals, 1 assist, 9 points. They for some reason didn't have him on the stupid list. Why is that? All right. So top 5 guys. Yeah, probably because of the NHL. Devon Taves only 2 points, but he was hurt for a few games. Calum Ritchie, Miles Woods out.
They are the Devils of this season.
Yeah. Well, the Devils are still the Devils of this season.
Hey, watch your mouth over there, Ranger fan. You're going to be paying $1 billion for your goaltender next year.
Hey, I mean, he's been playing very well, so I can't exactly complain.
You will when you have nothing else to spend.
I think he's going to make. I think he's going to make a little bit more than what Panarin makes now, which is about a little under 11.5. I think he'll be like 11.75, close to 12, and I'm okay with that. He's the best player on the team.
I hope they let him walk for like $250,000.
Who, Panarin?
I hope they let him walk over $250,000 dispute.
They're gonna pay him. They're gonna pay him whatever the hell he wants. But it's like because there's nothing else. I mean, what are you? Unless you go out and get Tristan Jarry, you're not gonna find anything at all remotely close. So unfortunately you're handcuffed by it. It's unfortunate that he's doing it to the organization.
Yeah, but yes, I mean I'm not overly happy that we have to pay him this much, but A, he is a top 10 player in the league. B, his 4-year deal that he signed before this was a bargain basement deal for us. Like, it was fantastic. So yeah, I mean I wish he'd sign for $9 million or $10 million, whatever, be just a little over the highest paid goalie right now. But it's well deserved. He's played really hard. I can't complain.
You will complain when you're cap strapped.
No, but we're not going to be. The cap's going to go up. And it's going to be, you're going to sign Panarin for less than what he is now. Unfortunately, we're stuck with Mika Zibanejad, who sucks cock.
I can't wait.
A bunch of guys.
I cannot wait till you're cap strapped and you have to trade Laugh to Tampa, and you have to be part of that contract.
Yeah. I mean, Jacob Trouba, right, is making $8 million this year. He's off the books next year, or he's going to be off the books because they're going to trade him.
Well earned $8 million.
Yeah, that was Jesus Christ. Jets and Caps are the biggest surprise so far. So yeah, I was going to talk. My team was going to be the Caps. I am a little surprised that Carolina is doing so well. I know they have talent, but we all kind of thought they would take a step back. They've done really well.
Postseason, they're going to
neck ass. Neckass is really just lighting it up. I think he's got.
He's on my team.
18 points, tied for 8th.
Rod Brindamore's system is very, very effective in the regular season, but then when you put him into a series in which you're playing consecutive games against each other, then you see how flawed it is, and then that's why they never win.
Yeah, completely agree.
But they're always. I think you give that guy any roster, he's going to have a successful regular season. I don't know that he's going to ever be top.
Would you not listen to him? Would you not listen to Rod Brindamore?
That'd scare the crap out of me. I'd be so worried that he'd beat the shit out of me. But yeah, listen, Carolina we know is going to be good, but Washington Capitals are 8-3, 8-2 in their last 10. They're getting contributions from kind of all over the place. Ovi's on a little bit of a goal streak here. But Dylan Strome, 17 points, plus 10. He's played really well. Ovi's got 14 points, 7 goals, 7 assists. Connor McMichael, 7 goals. Protas, who we saw score against the Rangers, although the Rangers did get the win. We got the piece of shit Tom Wilson, John Carlson, a couple other guys doing pretty. Did you see Tom Wilson get his ass handed to him by Josh Anderson?
No, I missed it.
It was beautiful. So Tom Wilson, being the POS that he is, had a pretty bad check on one of the defensemen, and Josh Anderson just beat the living daylights out of him. It was fantastic to see. But yeah, I mean they've had some guys doing pretty well for them offensively. Charlie Lindgren and Logan Thompson have kind of split it up a little bit and played decent. But yeah, Caps, I thought we're gonna kind of nosedive a little here and just kind of play to Ovechkin's strengths, which is just the power play. But they played a little bit in that. So
decent offseason acquisitions.
Yeah,
quietly too.
Yeah. But I definitely think all of their acquisitions made the team better. I think Logan Thompson was great.
Chychrun was great. Mangiapane.
Yeah.
They did well in the offseason.
Even Pierre-Luc Dubois hasn't been totally invisible. So
he will be soon, though. That's the thing.
Oh, yeah, I know.
Is he starts off good and then he just. But again, they're hoping that Tom Wilson will basically be that kick in the ass to keep him going. But I don't know. Pierre-Luc Dubois seems to be a constant problem wherever he goes.
Yeah, I mean their coach I like a lot too, and he looks like someone that would like ride you if you were playing bad. So I mean, hopefully, PLD puts it in a little bit of gear here. So, sorry, I was just
great
going to
podcasting.
Yep, yeah. Making sure we don't have any questions or comments in YouTube Live as well. Matt Banky, Justin Caps are surprised so far. Canes are also surprised. They got pilfered in the offseason. I really didn't expect them to be one of the top teams in the division. Matt, you know who else is not one of the top teams in the division? The New Jersey Devils. Where are you guys, by the way, sitting? You're in 4th. Okay, 16 points. Yeah. Oh, yeah, sorry.
Hey, I saw
you have played 14 games.
I saw your new Messiah was demoted and then promoted once again.
Yeah, and then he had a healthy scratch, so he's all over the place as normal. Did you see actually for Halloween he was he was Buddy the Elf, and then Papa Elf was Jonathan Quick, and then I guess Jonathan Quick's oldest son dressed as Rempy for Halloween had like bruises on his face and stuff. So
yeah, of course, because all the kids just get pummeled in the face.
I know.
Over and over again.
I know.
Got to call child services.
He's a friggin' walking punching bag.
He is a walking punching bag. Yeah, I can't. This team.
You're gonna get a Rempe player shirt at some point this season.
Not from. Yeah, it won't be bought by myself. And if someone else.
And maybe you'll get a Tanner Glass and a Rempe.
Sure. Oh my god. Just a dual jersey. Yeah. A dual jersey.
Oh, your two favorite Rangers of all time.
Fucking horrible.
So who's on your Rangers Mount Rushmore, and why is it Tanner Glass, Rempe, Hugh Jessamine, and a fourth to be named later?
McElrath?
I don't think it wouldn't be McElrath. I actually kinda liked McElrath, and I thought he got a raw deal. My 4
playing the league right now, so good
my
for him.
4 yeah, he's still playing. Yeah,
I'm kidding. I didn't actually mean this to be an actual.
But
it's actually interesting.
He's beat the daylights. Yeah. Didn't he just beat the daylights out of Rempe?
He didn't necessarily beat the. I mean, he won the fight. I don't want to say beat the daylights out of him, but he definitely
split his face open, and that's what gave him the
But that's
laceration.
because the visor went in his thing when he punched
he's getting
him in the
his face pummeled, whether it be his helmet or whatever it is. He's getting anyway.
Whatever.
Continue.
My worst 4 Rangers. I'm gonna think about this, but yeah, definitely Glass.
That's actually pretty good. An anti-Rushmore of
what's your anti-Rushmore? All right, so now, all right, so we're gonna do this. You have to do your anti-Rushmore 4 faces for next week. I want to know your anti-Rushmore.
Okay. For our teams, you got it. That sounds like good homework.
Sabrin was definitely one of them. I feel like all of mine were backup goalies during the Fleury
goalies?
era. Yeah.
I know Mike Smith is on Schwims.
But Mike Smith actually played well. Like, can he really be on his Mount Rushmore? Because he was. I mean, I know at the end didn't go well.
Schwim. Because it's Schwim, and it doesn't have to make sense, but it's Schwim.
I'm really thinking about guys that pissed me off when they're on. Like having Donald Brashear as a Ranger was horrible. He did not do anything.
You've had just about everybody who's played in the league come through.
Pretty much. Yeah. Everyone's kind of floated through New York. Not
so
bad.
would you put
would
you put Kane on that as your number 4?
For like an actual Rushmore?
Pat Kane?
No, for like someone who was just useless, because he was useless for you guys.
Nah, but he was hurt. We knew going in that it wasn't going to be a pretty situation. And it was kind of forced on by our ownership and our ex-coach. And
would Dolan be the 4th? Would Dolan be the 4th?
I was actually thinking about the owner. Yeah. And I was thinking about GMs too, because there's been a couple that have been pretty horrible. Coaches, Gerard Gallant could be on that. He was that MF'er. I mean, I know his record was pretty good, but his practices apparently were god awful, where he didn't do anything. He just kind of sat on the side and let them scrimmage essentially the whole time. Yeah, it's going to be interesting. All right, we have to do four guys.
Yeah, we'll do an anti-Rushmore next week. For next week, we'll do an anti-Rushmore.
I feel like Schwim has at least like 38 candidates.
He's got to whittle it down. He does.
Corey Perry and Connor Sherry, and I think Killorn was there for many games.
Oh yeah.
But see, like
I think he's got to think about it. He's got to think about it, like removed from them pissing him off. Like he's got to actually.
Well, and also, if the players had, like Mike Smith had good years, so I don't want to see Smith. Like I want someone that was truly just horrible on your team. Like Jacob Trouba might be on the list. He was just not been good, right? And they gave him a horrible contract to go with it. I could think of a ton of. Oh man, this would be fun to go through the list.
It's got to be in our viewership lifetime.
Yes. Yeah. People that you've watched. I absolutely agree. Yeah.
Okay.
And you can.
That'll be fun. That'll be.
We'll
fun.
add it. You can add front office and coaches to it if like you really hated something that those people did. All right, I like it. And fans too. If you guys have
I'm going to
any,
put the bench that Robbie Fatorik threw on the ice.
Matt Banky said Bobby Holik. Bobby Holik was pretty goddamn awful for the Rangers. Yeah, that was a good one, Matt. So yeah, give us your top 4s. And
all right, we'll do top 4 worst.
Yeah.
Top 4 at the bottom of the barrel.
McDavid skating for the first time since his injury, lower body. Hope to see him back soon. So Nishush can play on November 15th. That's his first day he can technically come back.
Okay.
David Pastrnak was benched in the third period of the game on Sunday for disciplinary reasons. Yeah, they got shut out. 2-1 win against the Kraken, and then Montgomery called it a coach decision, and then basically Pastrnak came out and said, "I've got to be better. I take responsibility." I saw, and this is by, and you can take it for what it's worth from the source.
I do feel like you need that to a certain extent, and I understand that you're losing 2-0 or whatever it was at the time, and you absolutely need him out there. He's your best player, but it's just the accountability of some of these stars. It's just completely non-existent.
Yeah,
and you
need it.
You can get frustrated, or whatever, and you just go out there and just go through the motions, and it's completely unacceptable. And a guy who's just fighting for his dear life has 1 turnover, and you never see him again for the rest of his career. And meanwhile, you see guys like this that just go out there and they half-ass
lackadaisical. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's where the beauty of substitutions in soccer are great. When you see one of these guys that gets subbed off and they don't want to get subbed off, and that their aggravation is they're sitting on the bench. Like, you don't unfortunately get to see that on the hockey bench. Those guys sitting there getting pissed off because they haven't seen the ice in 15 minutes. So it's kind of the fun thing of what you get to see in soccer when someone's subbed off. I wish we kind of saw that a little bit more in hockey.
Yeah. Bill Lindsay, former NHL player, he's now NHL Network analyst. He also does some stuff with the Florida Panthers. Not a fan, I know. I'm just saying this is the source, though. He says, or what he's feeling and trending, he thinks, Jim Montgomery is not going to be the coach of the Boston Bruins by Thanksgiving.
Wow.
So, some of these guys are connected. Who knows, where he gets this information from. But that's pretty damning for a team that, is one of those teams that you expect to be playing for the Stanley Cup, especially with the moves they made. Lindholm this offseason, a couple other guys.
When the coach loses the room, though. So if he's lost the room, they got to do something.
So just something interesting that I saw. I wanted to flag to you guys. Yeah, he'll find a job very quickly somewhere else.
Oh, yeah.
And then, obviously they had a couple issues with the Marchand and some other guys. So, yeah, we'll see.
Stefan Nason, 1-0 New Jersey.
Who you guys playing again?
What? Edmonton.
Ooh, EDM.
Yeah.
That's right. I was just looking. I wanted to say this quickly. Nikolai Ehlers becoming the highest scoring Dane in NHL history. He's got 450 something points. He was doing really well this past weekend. Fun guy to watch. And then did you guys see this? IHF Kenya becomes the 5th African member of the National Association, joining Algeria, Morocco, South Africa, and Tunisia. So they are the 84th IHF nation and join the biggest international hockey, affiliation in the world. So pretty cool for Kenya.
I love stuff like that. I love seeing those small, and it's the same thing like when you see. I'm going to bring up soccer again, but when you see some of the tournaments where, you have Gibraltar plays England. It's like Gibraltar has a team that's like 3/4 of the guys in the team are like the town mechanic and the town police officer, the teacher in town.
They said Kenya had 18 players, 15 men, 3 women. So cool. I love it.
Even better.
You have to love
Even
it.
better.
Line A was talked about as possibly being on the Four Nations roster, according to the Finnish GM, who, by the way, is Yuri Lettinen, former Dallas Star. So he's going to be the GM, and but they're talking about a bunch of players being on Finland: Barkov, Esa Lindell, Heiskanen, Aho, Rantanen, Jussi Saros, Anton Lundell, Rupe Hintz, Nico Migala. Bunch of guys. Did the U.S. do a jersey unveiling? Because I saw, was it Crosby that did the Canada one?
I thought I saw something of a U.S. jersey, and I was not a fan.
Oh, really? I wanted to, because I want to get one.
I forget what it was. I would like to get one too.
The Rangers definitely, Fox will be on there, so I was thinking about a Fox jersey, but
I would get a Hellebuck jersey.
That's cool.
If they're worth getting. But I feel like that the U.S. jerseys haven't been worth getting since the Olympics back in
that was early, right?
12.
We also
14?
haven't had NHL players playing in quite a while.
The year that Jonathan Quick started for us, because I got a Langenbrunner jersey, and
that wasn't the golden goal, was it?
That might have been 16.
I can't remember. Maybe it was 16.
No,
but
16, no, I don't think they were playing back then.
Maybe it was 12. I think it was 12. I think it was 12 because I have the Langenbrunner jersey,
might be right.
And unfortunately I can't wear it because I got him to sign it, so I'm not going to wear it anymore. Yeah. That's why I picked up the U.S. jersey from a bunch of years ago on eBay for like $30. It was a no-brainer to grab, but yeah, I would like to get a new U.S. jersey. I just haven't liked the Nike jerseys that they're doing for the international tournament, the IIHF. I don't like the design of the Nikes. They're not good. They're cookie cutter.
Yeah,
they're basic.
I feel like all of the U.S. jerseys are just like recycled versions of the same jersey.
Like, what can they do
like
differently?
The juniors. I like the World Junior ones. Like the white World Junior ones are always my favorite. If they should just use that. And like I'm okay with if you come up with a really solid design, you don't have to change it. There's no need to change the solid design. Like Esteban, Peru has hardly changed their primary design.
Yeah, I don't know what the hell they wore in that Copa, but I want it
because it was so terrible.
Yeah, it was ugly as all hell. But
didn't Paps really love it?
No, he hated it too.
Oh, I thought he liked it for some reason.
He called it a monstrosity. He saw somebody wearing it, and he asked them why, and he's just like, I don't know, it's just something different.
Couple players of the week. We're gonna get out of here in a little bit. Ovechkin with 5 goals last week. You had oh man, I just totally lost the page.
Any Sid Love in there?
He's gonna be third star. Don't worry. Kyle Connor, 9 points, tied for number 1 in the week with 9 points, 3 goals, 6 assists, and then Sid, 4 goals, 3 assists, including a game winner in overtime. What was it? Overtime?
Yep.
4 and 3 for 7 points. He was a +5. Yeah, your team's been off and on, right?
Well, I mean, they beat 2 bad teams, but I mean, which is fine. You're supposed to beat them, and that's good because they don't always do that. But yeah, I mean, they're a complete disaster defensively for six game losing streak. I think it was 6 games, 7 games, whatever it was. But really locked it in, eliminating some shots, but still some pretty horrible
Friedman
breakaways. I think even against Anaheim at the end there when they were tied, I think Nedeljkovic had to save 2 breakaways in the last 3 minutes.
Yeah, Friedman on 32 Thoughts was discussing a couple players, a couple teams that are already looking at trades. They made a trade. Utah did for a defenseman last week, Olimata. But he mentioned a couple. Yeah, he mentioned a couple other players, possibly with Pittsburgh and with Buffalo, maybe depending on what happens there, being shipped out. He mentioned Eller. He mentioned Pettersson, and he also mentioned.
Yeah, I would get Pettersson out of there, and I would not. I think Dubas was very smart not to just go ahead and give him a contract based on last season. I don't know if it was an intentional or not, but he had a very bad season prior, a very good season before that, a very bad season.
Every other, you think?
Last season. Last season.
So you think
fantastic.
he signs them? You think he signs them for like a low market value in the offseason?
Well, now I mean, like I think he's been. So the way that I've seen, there's 7 defensemen. They have 4 defensemen who probably don't belong in the NHL, and 3 who are underperforming horribly.
Carlson, Letang, and Graves
and Pettersson.
Oh, Pettersson.
Graves is one of the ones who doesn't belong in the league.
All right. It's amazing how bad he's been.
Grzelcyk. Actually, you know what's funny is that Graves has been on their bottom pairing and has actually been fine. That's about where he peaks is fine.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, compared to the rest of them, it's just like turnover factory is over. It's just a whole bunch.
Human mistake machines.
As a Ranger prospect, I was big on Ryan Graves. He goes to Colorado. He has a really good season. And then, plays a good season with the Devils and then comes to you guys and it's just trash.
Hey, another one, he came in and he fought, who did he fight against Montreal?
He fought someone recently.
I don't know. He just fought somebody against Montreal. Struble, I think of Montreal.
Struble? I guess big
yeah,
boy.
he just ragdolled him. I mean, he's a big, I don't know
6'5".
if any of you have seen, the thing what I compare, what I think, when I think of Ryan Graves, I think of the remake of, it's not really a remake, but the newest Vacation that was released with Ed Helms and Christina Applegate. Yeah. And they have 2 kids, and the youngest bullies the older one.
Yes.
the older kid, the older son is just like, what am I supposed to do? He's so small. And then like he finally turns against him and he's like, oh my God, this is so easy. And he's just like
just like patting
pinning
him
him to the ground or whatever.
Yeah.
And it's just like, that's Ryan Graves. He just like, he like feels bad because everybody's so much smaller than him. So he doesn't do anything. And then finally you push him over the edge. Struble. He just ragdolling him all over the place.
He's 6'5", like 230. He's a big,
he's a big,
really large
kid.
shot.
He just doesn't use it. Just some gentle giants. You get that, I guess, sometimes. Brian Boyle was one of them.
Yeah,
he was.
Hey, you know what? I know one team that'll take him in a heartbeat.
All right,
I'm sure the Devils would gladly. I mean, Pittsburgh without a
trade. Or you mean Bone Storm?
Bone Storm.
Oh,
and Toothless too, and Toothless.
Black Dynamite as well.
Nope, can't be in the same division. Yeah. He's on Bone Storm.
10 goal guys right now. Cooch, Reinhart having a great season. Reinhart, Nico Hischier, and Cole Caulfield. All with 10. You think Caulfield makes the USA team? I don't know yet.
It's possible.
Yeah, I don't know either.
Yeah. Assist-wise, Cale Makar, 16, is, killing in the league. Stone, 15, McKinnon, 14. Talked about points. Kirill Kaprizov, my MVP choice, 7-14 for 21 points, plus 12 in 11 games. Leads the league in points per games. Even strength points, 15 for Kaprizov. Power play goals. You guys know who leads the league in power play goals?
No.
Dylan Larkin with 5.
Would have not guessed that. Okay.
Cale Makar and McKinnon with 10 points on the power play total. Doing pretty well. Do you know who leads in shorthanded goals?
No.
Nope.
The leading goal scorer, Sam Reinhart, has 3.
Really?
Wow.
I didn't even know he played penalty kill.
I didn't know that either.
I'm learning things every day.
Overtime goals, Sid with 2. He has 2 game winners. Same thing with Draisaitl and Aho. Yeah. And then game-winning goals, Sid and McKinnon, Draisaitl, and Kyle Connor all have 3. Matt Boldy actually has 3 game-winning goals. I didn't see that too. Wow. Boldy's having a really good year. He might make Team USA, especially because his GM is going to be USA's GM, Bill Guerin.
Did you see when first of all, that night was awesome, and I don't even care that Pittsburgh lost that night when Fleury came.
Yeah, Fleury.
Oh yeah.
Before, after with the 2 players, obviously Letang and him
on the ice and with the kids and them.
I saw that.
Did you see Talbot? Talbot taping his pads together. It was very good.
Yeah.
He's like, finally.
Did you see Bill Guerin just walked into the Penguins locker room and joined the media and just like yelled a question to Crosby as the media was asking him questions. Friggin' GM of he's just like what he said something about how many goals you're gonna score tonight or something like that. He just like yells it over someone's shoulder and Sid's like looking around and be like, who the hell is that? And he spots Guerin. He's like, how the hell do you get in here?
That sounds like the stupid stuff.
Guerin's like, I still have my key. They never took it from me.
That sounds like the stupid stuff we do to each other.
Yeah.
When we're playing each other.
Stuff like that is fantastic. Where
I love it. I love it.
It's great. I do love. I see it a lot. It's in Pittsburgh in the locker room. I don't know if you guys see it with your former teammates and stuff too, but they really, really bond to a lot of the guys who come through this team, even if they're there for like a season or two. Obviously, Guerin had a major part with Pittsburgh when he first came in 2009, and then in the front office position where he was under Rutherford. But no, it's great to see like guys just come back and they still just like screw around with each other.
Yep. I mean, Derek Brassard's like that. Matt Zuccarello, when he comes in, he's still a player, but I think the biggest one right now for the Rangers, and you guys hate the player, but Jacob Trouba is like that glue in the locker room, along with Kreider.
That every Ranger fan just does not want.
I don't want it. Yeah. Yeah, it is what it is.
They all want Rempe over him, which shows you the intelligence level that you're working with.
Well, I don't. None of the players want Rempe. I don't think that's just the stupid.
The fans do.
Yeah.
That shows the intelligence level that you're working with there.
Oh, it's because
they'd rather see Rempe in the lineup than Trouba.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, sometimes I don't know if you're taking off his $8 million. I'm glad to have Rempe. Lucas Dostal leading the save percentage. He's been awesome for
he was great in the game against Pittsburgh.
Yes.
He was fantastic.
Yeah, he was. Gustafsson leading goals against average 212. And then shutouts, you have Forsberg with 2. Who cares about wins? Yeah, so NHL doing pretty well. Obviously, teams are cruising, and fun stuff happening. So, you guys got anything else before we get out of here?
So there's no All-Star break, right? It's this Four Nations Cup.
It's the Four Nations Cup. Yep.
All right, good.
All-Star
Which
game
I think they said something about they might just announce it, because I think they might announce like just players being as a part of like, hey, this is the All-Star game roster representatives, because it actually affects some incentives and bonuses you have in contract, so they have to obviously.
Stuff, like if there was an All-Star game, this is who would be on it.
They would have made money, some in the 50 grand or whatever.
Okay,
yeah,
that's understandable.
So they're gonna announce that, I think, but
isn't the next All-Star game at the Fish Sticks?
Now is it that, or is it like end of season?
End
of season.
No, NHL players bonuses for All-Star.
Melvin, what are you doing?
What is he eating?
Yeah, some people have them put it into their incentives.
Okay.
He's trying to sit on this little the little box that I plug my headset into. It's probably maybe 6 inches by 4 inches, and he's perched on it.
If he fits, he sits.
No, he doesn't fit.
If he fits, he sits. He's trying.
You are as dumb as the day is long, my friend.
More Ranger names, pretty good ones. Wade Redden, that's a really good one. Shattenkirk, I kind of liked. I'm not going to put him in there. Mike Dunham. I mean, but if it wasn't for Mike Dunham, we wouldn't have had Lundqvist, so I'm okay with that.
Also, didn't Dunham represented? Did he represent Team USA when he was a Ranger?
I think
he definitely. I don't think he was a Devil at that point.
No, he wasn't a Devil.
My cousin's dad used to call him Mike Dum Dum.
Wade Redden is. Wade Redden's
a real bad one.
Certainly consideration.
So Dunham played U.S. Juniors in 91-92. He played for the men's national team in 92, 93, 98, and 2004. He was the 2002 USA men's Olympic team, winning silver medal in 2002. So 2002, Mike Dunham would have been a Ranger. Yeah,
they lost to Canada.
Yeah, that was the golden goal. Yeah, he was the backup or third goal. 2-2.
That was Canada had Lemieux. Sorry, I think both Lemieux and Gretzky were both playing.
No, 0-2. He was. Well, it depends on where he was. He was Nashville Predators for 15 games.
Gretzky retired in '99.
Yeah.
Didn't he go from Nashville to you? Because I remember his pads having to be painted and the paint flaking off his.
But he started as a Devil. He was drafted a Devil.
No, he started as a Devil. Yeah, he was a Devil. I think he played for Albany.
Remember, he had a cool helmet.
Way back.
He also played for the Thrashers and the Islanders. He played for all three New Jersey teams.
Devils goalies used to have some pretty awesome helmets.
I'm
glad to see helmets. I'm glad to see the creativity in goalie helmets is coming back.
There's not many, but there's a handful. But yeah, it's better than what it's been. But there's still, I still don't.
It's not like it was in the '90s. Like the mid '90s
there's not even like even a shred of personality in any of these guys' helmets.
Yeah,
just like incorporate the logo in some sort of way. Like why?
Do you think Jake Allen did?
Do you think they have to have the logo? No, you don't think so?
I don't think so. No.
I would think that the team has some sort of creative into the design of the helmet. I think they have to be involved somehow. Wish we knew.
I mean,
Jake Allen.
Jake
Allen's helmet is very basic. Jake Allen's helmet is very basic, but then you got Markstrom's helmets that are just insane.
Yeah. Those are awesome. There's a handful of others that are really cool.
But then again, that's the personality of some goalies. Some goalies don't want something that's going to be wildly out there, and they just want simple. They just want team logo, and that's fine. Not all goalies are eccentric.
Fleury's never had.
Morons.
Fleury's ever had. Not much, at least.
Oh, they announced the jerseys. Nations Face-Off. They announced it on October. I didn't see this. October 23rd. I missed this. All 4 jerseys
as well. Did the U.S. jersey suck?
It's got the star on the arms. USA's, white and with a red highlight, blue jerseys. They have the, white, blue, white, red, and white on the arms.
Just send it to the group. Just send it to the group.
Yeah, I'm gonna send it's in ESPN. You can just look it up. It's easy. Maybe I get one. I don't know. I have to look more into this. Yeah, that's all I got.
Cool.
That's all she
I'm
wrote.
gonna watch some hockey.
Yep, watch some
Murder,
hockey.
She Wrote, that is.
Stuart Brewing, First World. That's actually coming out to be a new TV show, right? With what's her name?
No, I think it's Matlock.
Yeah,
that's right, Matlock.
Yeah, but it's who's playing? It's a female. Somebody.
Yeah, it's
someone notable.
Kathy
Bates.
Bates,
yeah, Kathy Bates.
I watched Matlock. I watched Matlock in the bar last night. The sound wasn't on, but I got the gist of it.
I watched Matlock religiously with my grandmother, and it's one of my favorite memories. There's a couple shows. Murder, She Wrote also, but Matlock all the time.
That one, yeah.
That's what I was. Yeah, Murder, She Wrote. Yeah, I like it. All right. Your beers.
This is pretty good. 3.75. But yeah, sure, we'll give it that.
I'm giving this a 3.75. It was pretty good. Vault Brewing of Hops and Clouds.
Schwinn, as he would normally say, Tampa sucks.